Hey guys, welcome back to the Cutie Pie Podcast here. I'm your host, Tyron Woods, and today I'm going to be just telling you guys, how I felt about moving to Texas 4 years ago and stuff like that, because I'm not born in Texas. I moved to Texas, and I'm just going to be telling you guys, how I felt and stuff, and what was bad parts about it, and good stuff about it. But I'm sorry I haven't been consistent on this channel. I haven't been consistent with my other channel too. And unfortunately the other host, Zorm, couldn't be on this podcast because I don't know what's up with him. Go DM him on Instagram, ask him what's up and why he's not in it. So yeah. So let's start from the beginning. So I moved to Texas when I was in 4th grade, so I was 9 years old at the time. And if you're like, no, you're supposed to be 10 or something, my birthday is late, so I don't know if y'all might say that. So I was 9 and I moved to Texas in February. I remember my school that I was in Michigan, everyone knew me, and I remember my 4th grade teacher cried because she told me I was her best student, and that's such a good feeling. I remember she made a card and made everyone sign, and she gave me this teddy bear. We had cupcakes and everything, and yeah. But when I left, we actually drove to Texas, and I think it took 2 days, or I don't know how long. It either took a day or 2 days. It depends. If you just drive, because you have to stop and get gas and stuff and food and use the bathroom, obviously. So you can't just drive. You gotta have gas and stuff. So we had to make a lot of pit stop. But I was so scared. I never drove that far before. We drove 2 hours to go to amusement park, but we never drove 2 days or a day to go somewhere. So yeah, so when I I already been to Texas before when I was in 3rd grade to visit there, so I already kind of knew some of the places. But when I moved in 4th grade, it was definitely a Friday, because I remember my mom registered me that day to go to school, and the lady was like, "Oh, well, you start on Monday." I was like, "Oh my God, I'm starting a new school, and I'm not gonna know anybody, and it's gonna be so sad." And I just missed all my old friends and stuff. So basically, I remember the school was big because it was for high schoolers and middle school and elementary schools, and all the elementary schools on the left, and all the middle school and high schools on the right. So I remember we went up these the school was made of glass, and glass, it was not no bricks or nothing. So I remember I went in there, it was so big. And I remember the lady took me up the stairs. I was just so scared. My heart was beating. I was having anxieties, and I was just so scared. And I remember I went in the classroom, and everyone turned around. All the kids were staring at me. I was just so embarrassed. And I think that the teacher, she put me by the teacher, and she was like, "Oh, and say your name and what are the things you like to do or something." I think they did that, and that was just so embarrassing. But yeah, But I loved it to school. Their food was busting. Their cinnamon rolls was busting. Their food was amazing. The only thing I hated about it was music, because music class was just so boring. It was just, we didn't even do anything. We just, he was just talking. I'm not saying I don't like music, because I do like music. But, the music teacher was just so boring. He didn't, teach us nothing about music. He was just talking, and it was just so boring. But the rest of the stuff was good. I didn't like the people there, but yeah. But then next year in 5th grade, I went to a different school because we moved, and I was in a different district, so we had to move because you can't do that because that's illegal. So we moved to I'm not telling you where I moved. Well, we moved, so I had to go to a different school, and I was nervous because I'm not going to see the same people I saw in 4th grade. So I was like, oh my God. So I get nervous again. I just was in a school, and I have to go to a different school. So that school was great. I remember I went to school, but it was I actually went there the first day of school, not in the middle of the year, so it wasn't half embarrassing. So yeah, I met there the first day of school, and no one really looked at me because everyone is new. Not everyone is new, but it was the first day of school, so it wasn't that embarrassing. And I made a lot of friends. I remember the first day of school, 5th grade, I asked I asked this girl, I was like, can I sit by you at lunch? She was like, sure. And like I sat by her at lunch, and it was like great. I thought if she like said no, I probably would have cried, because I was just that type of person who would like that sensitive person. But 5th grade year was good, and it was great because middle school year I was gonna see half of the people that was in 5th grade in the same middle school, so I was kind of glad about that. And I'm still in middle school with all those people that I was in elementary school with, but like I don't talk to a lot of them because you don't really talk to people unless you're best friends with them. Like I really only talk to people that I have like classes with, mostly. Like every year my friend group changed like a lot. And yeah, but like Texas, I've been living in Texas for 4 years, and it doesn't feel like I've been in Texas for 4 years. It feels like it gone by so fast. And yeah, but like I'm kind of sad that I can't see my dad a lot, because it's not like great when like all like everybody's talking about their dad and stuff, and like their dad's coming to their basketball games and stuff, and my dad can't come to my basketball games. My dad hasn't went to any of my basketball games, but I know it's not his fault because he lives in Michigan, so like you can't blame him because I know it's not his fault. But my dad hasn't went to any of my games, because I started my first time ever playing basketball was in 7th grade, and my dad couldn't come. He never went to any of my basketball games, but he saw videos though. And yeah, so basically I just missed my dad a lot, called him a lot and stuff. But I like see him in the summer and it's great, but like it's only for 3 months, and I can't see him for the whole school year until June. So yeah, but Texas has been great. I matured, I've grown, and I changed a lot. Not like bad thing changed, but I changed good. I'm not like a teacher pet no more. I'm not bad. I'm not like a teacher's pet like I was back then. But I actually texted some of my old friends that I had in 4th grade Michigan. Like some of them remember me, some of them don't. And now I'm with the people that was 5th grade and other people too. So yeah, and when I go to high school, there's going to be new people from another middle school, so I'm going to meet new people. But a lot of my good friends, we went to a different high school, and I got to go to that high school. So Texas has been great. I had some up and downs, but you're always going to have some downs and stuff. But I like Texas. Like when I was in 4th grade, when I came to Texas, I didn't understand none of their work, and I just felt like I was so dumb and I was struggling, because when we was in Michigan, I think we was doing like a whole unit, and I was like, you're in Texas and they're probably teaching different stuff than Michigan, so I was struggling a lot. I was getting like bad grades because I didn't know what I was doing, and they were teaching a whole stuff different from what I'm used to in Michigan, so I just felt so sad and stuff. I'm like, I'm not like these other kids. I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna be a failure and stuff. And yeah, that's what I felt. Basically, now I'm in 8th grade now. I'm in 8th grade now. It was like such a long time ago, but I love talking about it and stuff, because like imagine if I still stayed in Michigan, I would never know the people I know now. Like I wouldn't have these friends I have in school now, and I just find that so crazy. Like if I just stayed in Michigan, like they wouldn't know me, I would never know them, so I find that crazy. That's really all I have to say, but I do have a quote, the end of the day quote that I wanted to say. So I basically said I might not be there yet, but I'm closer than I was yesterday. I find that I put that in my bio because I really like that quote, because like it's like you're not there where you want to be, but you're closer than you was yesterday. I really like that quote. I really wanted to say it in the podcast. I think that quote is really motivation to me. And yeah, that's really all I have to say in this episode. I promise that I will more. If this was boring to you, then okay. Like this is the only topic that I didn't really know what to talk about. And yeah, so if you watched this whole thing, thank you. And yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.